Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ito na naman po tayo para sa isang aralin sa Information and Communication Technology 6, Quarter 1, Module 6. Pero bago po natin ipagpatuloy ang ating aralin sa araw na ito, huwag pong kalimutang mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel, MSTV. Maraming salamat po. The content of these video lessons are based from Technology and Livelihood Education 6, Alternative Delivery Mode, Quarter 1, Module 6, First Edition 2020. The maker of this video do not represent nor claim ownership over them. This is only intended for teachers and learners to do the learning tasks easily in an online platform. So our lesson is all about the uses, functions, and formulas in an electronic spreadsheet tool to perform advanced calculations on numerical data. So at the end of this module, the learner will be able to enumerate the uses of and process involved in preparing a spreadsheet, use functions and formulas in an electronic spreadsheet to perform calculations on numerical data, and express appreciation for the uses of a spreadsheet. So this is the logo of the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So before we will going further, let us first review the lesson we had last time by answering the pre-test. So all we have to do is to choose the letter of the correct answer. For number 1, it is like a filing system and a calculator. It is made up of grids where you can enter data and text. So what should be your answer? Number 2, it is a calculation that return a result. Number 3, it is the inputs in functions. Letter A, arguments. Letter B, formula. Letter C, functions. And letter D, logical. For number 4, these are used whether arguments, text, or values are true or not depending on the set standard. For letter A, date and time. Letter B, logical. Letter C, lookup and references. And letter D, mathematical. For number 5, these are functions used when looking for an entry or value in the spreadsheet. Letter A, data and time. Letter B, logical. Letter C, lookup and references. And letter D, mathematical. For number 6, this is used to add 2 or more numbers together. Cell references are used in this formula. Letter A, average. Letter B, count. Letter C, length. And letter D, sum. Number 7, this is used to count the number of cells in a range that have numbers in them. Letter A, average. Letter B, count. Letter C, length. And letter D, sum. Number 8, what does the symbol stand for? So nakikita po yun doon. Letter A, multiplication. Letter B, division. Letter C, equal to, or letter D, subtraction. Number 9, what does the symbol asterisk stand for in this spreadsheet? Letter A, multiplication. Letter B, division. Letter C, equals to, or letter D, exponent. And number 10, what does the symbol slash stand for A. Multiplication, B. Division, C. Equal to, or letter D. Exponent. Okay, so you have already choose your answer, so let us see if they are correct. For number 1, it's letter D. Number 2, C. Number 3, A. Number 4, letter B. Number 5, letter C. Number 6, letter D. Number 7, letter B. Number 8, letter D. Number 9, letter A. And number 10, letter B. Okay, what's in? Do you know what Excel is? What are some of the things that you can actually do in an Excel program? Do you have any experience using Excel? Write your answers in this separate sheet of paper. Okay. So an electronic spreadsheet application program is designed to perform basic mathematical and arithmetic operations. MS Excel or Microsoft Excel is one example of commonly used computerized worksheets. It is widely used in accounting and financial applications, statistics, engineering calculations, and analyzing data. Spreadsheets such as Excel is like a filing system and a calculator. It is made up of grids where you can enter data and text. You can use spreadsheets in organizing data into columns, easy calculations, and edit data which record new data automatically, and in making graphs to analyze informations. So that is the example of an Excel spreadsheet. Functions are the calculations that return a result. To create and enter functions, always start with equal sign. Without it, Excel will not calculate a result. So, you should always start with an equal sign. Another, we have arguments are the inputs in functions. Arguments can be in a form of numbers, cell references, or text. So we can enter text. Okay, so what's new? How to open Microsoft Excel with guidance. So you have to open your Microsoft Excel with the guidance of a senior family member. It's either your brother or sister or your parents. So the first step is click on the start button. Yung picture ng Microsoft Windows sa baba. Then in the search program and file type Excel. Then, under Microsoft Office 2013 or whatever, 2013, 2016, or 2019, click on the Excel from the program results. Then, the Microsoft Excel program will open. Then, after opening, ito na po yung magpapakita from the Excel start screen. Locate and select blank workbook to access the Excel interface. Ayan, para makagawa tayo sa new form, kailangang iselect ang blank workbook. You can also click open or other workbooks to work on in an existing workbook. So you just have to click open another or other workbooks. So there are hundreds of functions found in Excel. All these can be accessed using either of the following methods. You can follow the procedures with adult supervision. First, click the Insert Function button, FX from the left side of the Formulas tab. Yung mga Formulas tab sa taas. Then, select a function from one of the lists in the Insert Function dialog box. Then, click OK. So, you have to Insert Function dialog box. You have to select. Next, a function argument dialog box will appear that will automatically assist you to input numbers in your selected functions. This window indicates what each function does and the arguments that each function consider. So, tuturuan niya tayo kung ano yung i-input. If it is numbers or symbols. Directly input numbers into the cells. Useful prompts showing the format of the function and the arguments that should be inserted will appear. You may also use the mouse to click desired ranges that you automatically be inserted or that you want to include in the function. Then the cell address will automatically be inserted in your functions. Once the number are typed in, the dialog box will then click OK. Excuse me. So that is another, the answers of the functions are shown in the cell. So magpapakita yung answer. Then what is it? MX Excel chart. What is a visual representation of data in worksheets of the spreadsheet program? It makes it easy to study and interpret data. So the plus sign is a symbol for operation for addition. Example equals A1 plus B2. What's the purpose? It adds the value of cells 1 and A1 and B2. Then, dash means subtraction. Example, A1 minus B2 means the purpose, it subtracts the value of cell 1 and from cell 1 to B2. Then asterisk, it is multiplication. So A1 times B2, the purpose is to multiply the values of cell A1 and B2. Then the slash is division. A1 divided by B2, it divides the value of cell 1 and B2. Another, there are different categories of functions, some of which are the following. First, mathematical. These include mathematical functions such as average, sum, and etc. Division, multiplication. So, nandyan pong example sa ating monitor. Sa sum, equals, then input sum, then highlight kung alin po yung gusto mong i-add. Then, magpapakita po yung sagot sa cell. Ayan. Then another, data, date and time. These are concerned with the date and time such as date value that converts dates written in text to numbers or logical. So ayan din. From date as text to date value. Another web logical functions. These are used whether arguments, text, or values are true or not depending on the set standard. Lookup and references. These are functions used when looking for an entry or value in the spreadsheets. Ayan, if logical, test value, if true, value, if false. So mga yan yung mga functions. Check whether the condition is met and returns one value if true and another value if false. So yun yung mga logical functions. Another, lookup and references. These are functions used when looking for an entry or value in the spreadsheet. So, ayun example natin sa monitor. These functions are used when looking for an entry or value in the spreadsheet. Okay, sum. This is used to add two or more numbers together. Cell references are used in this formula. Separate numbers or cell references by commas when it automatically are added. Ayan. Then average. This is used to calculate average for a series of numbers. For example, average of cell A1 to A10. So, i-average na po yon. The next count, it is used to count the number of cells in a range that have numbers in them. For instance, if there are 5 cells that contain numbers in A1, cell A1 to A15, then the result is 5. Example, equals count A1 to A15. This is also used to count the number of cells that have numbers and or any other characters in them. It works with all type of data types. Then len, this is used to return the length or a string or an entry. For example, len entrepreneurship is 16. Formulas are combination of functions, operations, and operands and operators. These are used when you manually calculating. For example, you could put your hanging organizer budget into a formula like this. Remaining cost, total of materials, minus labor. Input the formula in the Excel. So 82 minus 30, then press enter. The answer is 52, which are the remaining costs for your hanging organizer project. Then what's more? Create an Excel file for the expenses below. So for this activity, we'll need to review the activities you did in the previous lesson. Again, this activity needs guidance of your parent, guardian, or teacher. Using the formulas and functions, calculate the following. Sum total cost of ingredients. Number 2, count the total numbers of material used. So, ayan. Ito po ang ating example. So, item both. So, allowance is 700. Then, ito total yung unit costs. Okay, for the answer for letter A, it is 225. For letter B, 140. For letter C is 60. For letter D is 20. For letter E, 97.50. Total expenses is 542.50. Then balance, so that is 700 minus 542.50 is 157.50. So that is the total expenses is 542.50 and the balance expense is 157.50. Okay, another, compute the total sales of a fast food store using MS Excel. So these are the sales for the first quarter, so January, February, March. So for January, 59,000, for February, 37,000, and for March, 70,000. Then total using MS Excel. So you have to input the data in the MS Excel spreadsheet. Then just key in the formulas so that you will get the total sales or the sum of the total sales for the first quarter. Okay, so let us see. So for letter A, that is 166,000. For letter B, 209,000. For letter C, 120,000. For letter D, 261,000. And for letter E, 149,000. Okay, things to remember: the electronic spreadsheet software is used to create and produce calculated data needed by individuals and businesses. The spreadsheet is designed with functions and formula that will make calculating numerical data easier and convenient for you. An Excel function always begins with an equal sign. Formulas, on the other hand, are used like when you are manually calculating. Okay, so for the assessment, write true on the line if the statement is correct and false if it is not. So count. The count is used to calculate the numbers of cells in a range that have numbers in them. So what's that? Is it true or false? Number 2, there are only 4 functions in the MS Excel. Is that true? The len formula counts the number of characters in a cell. Functions are a combination of functions, operands, and operators. Number 5, average is used to add 2 or more numbers together. Number 6, formulas always start with equal sign. 7, without an equal sign, Excel will not calculate a result. Then number 8, an electronic spreadsheet application program is designed to perform mathematical and arithmetic operations. Number 9, the symbol asterisk multiplies the value of the cell. And number 10, logical are functions used when looking for any entry or value in the spreadsheet. So do you already write your answer? So let us see. So for number 1, true. For number 2, false. 3, false. 4, false. 5, false. Number 6, true. 7, true. 8, true. 9, true. And 10 is false. So our references is Livelihood Education, ICT 6, first quarter, module 6, first edition 2020. Then we have also Progress Through Technology and Livelihood Education by Remedios Pantique and Joselito Pangilinan. And we have here other resources, online resources, or online references. We have also Google search. For that, thank you very much for watching and listening.